Alright guys, today we're going to look at some vocabulary for your consumer math unit, and this deals with tip tax discount. So this has everything to do with when you go shopping for the holiday seasons coming up, so there's going to be so many different sales. So it'd be really neat if you could just go into the store and calculate what your price is going to be using some of these strategies that we're going to look at. So in this video we're just going to look at vocabulary. So the first one is tip. And tip is a certain percentage that's given to someone for a service. So lots of waiters and waitresses, they depend on tips to pay their bills. And usually the bigger the menu, or the bigger that your bill is, the more tip you leave because it's a certain percentage. So tip is something that's added to a bill. You see this in restaurants or valet parking. If you go to a really, really nice restaurant, some places will park your car for you. And this is always a dollar amount. So when you use your handy-dandy calculator, you need to make sure you're understanding what the dollar amount is. Alright, so let's say you go to the sub shop and you get something, 2 subs with you and your buddy for $18.30. Or actually, these subs are delivered to you. So you leave the delivery person a 15% tip. So they're providing a service for you. So you can use your percent proportion. The percent's always over the 100. And you're trying to figure out what part of 1830 is 15%. So we're trying to calculate the tip here. So you can solve that proportion. That's one strategy. Or the shortcut really is just taking that dollar amount and multiplying it by the decimal form of your percent. So when you do $18.30 and you multiply it by 0.15, you get $2.75. So that's how much tip you're going to leave the person. So you not only need $18, but you also need the $2.75 to give them for delivering the food. Something that's similar to tip is tax. And tax is also a percent given for a purchase. So everyone has to pay taxes. Some states actually have their taxes built in to their purchases, so everything's just a little bit more expensive, but it's still there. And this varies state to state. So a good example of this is when you go to the dollar store and they say everything's $1, but it really isn't, because when you go up to the register, you have to pay taxes on this. So it's really like $1.03 or $1.05. All right. So everyone pays taxes. All right. So an example, those really nice pair of jeans that you see in the store, they have a price tag of $39.99, but you need to make sure you ask your parents for a little bit more, because there's going to be a 5% tax added to that. So to figure out what that tax is, you take $39.99 and you multiply it by the decimal form of 5%, which is 0.05. Or you can use this percent proportion here. So $39.99. And a good strategy also is to round this $39.99 to 40. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's about $2. So you really need to ask your parents for about $45 so you can make sure that you have enough money for the tax. Okay? All right. The last two. Discount. This is the one that we like. Discount is something that is subtracted from an amount. So this is something that you don't pay. And you know I love to give you little ways to remember things. So the D stands the D in don't and the D in discount. You don't pay the discount. So this is when something's on sale. Or sometimes businesses need to get rid of something, so they mark the price down. So it's the same thing as something being on sale. Alright, so for example, that video game you want's $41, but it's super old now. So they're going to mark it down because the latest and greatest game came out. So it's 30% off. So I want to know the discount. How much money am I not going to pay? So you need to figure out what 30% is of $40. So you take the dollar amount, oops, it should be 41. 41 times 0.3. So that's going to be $12.30. You're not going to pay that amount. Okay, that's the discount. All right, sale price goes along with that. So the sale price is the amount that you are going to pay. It's the amount after the discount is taken. All right, and look, I have another little strategy. Sale price is subtracted from the original price. So you always have to find the discount first. In order to find the sale price, you need to find the discount first. So let's look at our jeans example here. So if I'm not going to pay $12.30, to find the sale price, what I would pay, I would take the $41 and I would subtract the $12.30. So you're really going to pay $28.70. Okay, so we looked at tip, tax, discount, and sale price. So we're going to look at tomorrow some strategies and some cool ways that we can do this really quick so that when you go shopping with your parents, you can calculate that sale price or that discount or that tip quicker than they can. All right, bring this back to class tomorrow.